Hello everyone, and welcome to our presentation on the 4 ways to grow your business. This segment's going to focus on getting more customers of the type you want. And I'm going to give you 2 examples of how you can go about this, and keep in mind we're only scratching the surface, not only of these examples, but of the myriad of ways to get more customers of the type you want. But it's fun stuff, it's exciting stuff, and I hope it helps you take your business to the next level. So the first one is the unique core differentiator, and your unique core differentiator is why people buy from you. And you could have several unique core differentiators depending upon, among other things, the types of customers that you have and the different types of products and services that you offer. And it focuses on completing the phrase, people buy from us because we're the only ones, and ... fill in the blanks on that one. So I'm going to give you a couple examples of that. One is a guarantee. You know, in any business transaction, one side, usually the seller, is asking the buyer to take a risk. And anything that we can do to make it easy and comfortable for our customers to do business with us increases the likelihood that we will get more customers. And let me use an example of my martial arts school. We sign people up for different time periods, so let's just use the example of a year. And so obviously people are concerned about committing themselves, so I want to reduce that risk. And so what I ask of them is that they do sign up for a year. However, give us 4 months to see if we're going to be delivering the benefits as they expected. And if in that 5th month they decide that they don't want to continue on with the program, they have the right to cancel with no further obligation. If they feel they've gotten no value, they have the right also to ask for all of their money back. Now, they also have commitments in this. First of all, they have to attend all of their scheduled classes, and if they miss, they have to make them up within a reasonable period of time. They have to pay their bill on time, and they have to guarantee that to us that they're going to practice 3 days a week at home, 10 minutes at a time. So that's not asking a whole bunch. And then we have a process set up where we check in with them to see how we're doing and how they're doing in their commitment. And it's worked quite well for us. Another unique core differentiator is simply review the way you do business and emphasize some key aspect of it, or also maybe even change the way you are doing something in a way that might be beneficial or pleasing to your customers. And let me give you an example of that. There was a brewing company that wanted to take market share away from the giants of the industry, if you will. And they hired a marketing consultant, and the consultant, when he came to the facility, asked management to give him a tour of the facility and explain the process to him. And they went about and they explained how the water was pure mountain spring water. And they explained how they sterilized all the equipment that they used in the process, how they carefully selected the hops, and on it went, all this great detail. And when they got to the end, the marketing consultant said, what you just described to me is what we're going to emphasize in your marketing. And they looked at him incredulously and said, but everybody does that. And he said, but nobody's claimed it. So it may not be as obvious as you think, but there's something there for you to really consider in what you're already doing. Let me give you an example of one that's called a perceived unique core differentiator. In New Zealand, a home builder advertised that if his company didn't complete the project within 90 days, for every day over 90 the project ran, he would rebate to his customers $100. Well, his company got flooded with business. Now here's the interesting thing there. As I understand it, in New Zealand, it's the law that if a builder does not complete a project within 90 days, the builder has to rebate $100 a day to the customer. Again, it was right under their nose. Nobody had ever marketed that aspect of it. Nobody knew about it. They claimed it as their own. And anybody else who came on board after that, would not have the impact to the customer that the first in the market to do that did. Now, so that's the unique core differentiator. Now, moving on to the next example of a way to grow, get more customers of the type you want, is a promotion plan. Have a promotion plan, and that's an outline of your promotional tools and tactics that you're going to use to accomplish your marketing objectives. And number one in that arena is, what's the annual budget? How much should you spend on trying to get a customer? And I do know that industries have various statistics that are averages. Some may say you spend 10 to 12% of your gross, some less, some more. But the key point to remember here is they are averages. There are some spending a lot more than others, and they get to the average through the normal mathematical process there. Noted marketing consultant Jay Abraham suggests that it's very important to consider the lifetime value of your customer when you're making this decision on how much to spend to get a customer. The lifetime value is one, how often do they buy, and what is the average transaction value, and then how many years does a customer continue to do business with you. And when you multiply all that out, that could be a substantial amount of money. And then when you add into that, factor into that, the referral rate that the average customer has, you're going to find that customers are a lot more valuable than you think, and it may encourage you to spend a little more than you had been on trying to acquire customers. So a very important statistic is lifetime value of a customer. Next part of that, do you know what marketing and advertising campaigns are most successful? One of the biggest mistakes many businesses make is failing to track their marketing return on investment. Always ask customers how they heard about you and what about the promotion inspired them to contact you today or at that time. So once you get this information, you also want to start keeping a diary of the different campaigns that you've run and the return on investment, what the message was, and on and on and on you go, so that you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel, and it allows you to tweak things as you go. You can't keep it all up here. You got to write it down. The next thing is get a schedule going. Don't use a shotgun or a reactive approach to marketing. Sales are going down, we better start advertising again. If you've been in business for a while, or if you haven't been and you've researched, the industries generally have seasonality to them when people are more apt to buy than others. So the whole point is plan that out for the year. Determine what your message is going to be. And it goes this way: the right message, the right customer, the right media at the right time is going to really turbocharge your return on investment on marketing. So there you have it, just a couple examples of different ways to get more customers of the type you want. So stick around for the next video. That's going to be how to get your customers to come back more often. So until then, see ya.